Hi, everybody. Welcome as we get set for day number 2. Hi, everybody. Welcome as we get set for day number 2 of the Lady Jets Holiday Classic. Already have seen one of the two teams in the opening game today in this event. Titans played yesterday against the host team, South Georgia Tech, losing by 6. That overall mark, 1-14. An deceptive 1-14, though. This is a team that is far better than that 1-14 record would indicate. Taking on the Tigers of Chattanooga State. St. Petersburg putting Forain, Vilsame, Stanek, Lake, and Sanders on the floor to begin this one. While the Tigers will counter with Polk, O'Day, Drawn, Curry, and Reel. So the ladies get ready to meet there at midcourt. And we get ready to get your basketball underway on the last few remaining days in 2024. If it's got to be done this year, you might better do it soon. Nearly lost out of bounds, but able to maintain possession is Mia Lake. Vilsame with a miss. Battle for the loose ball, and eventually you've got to jump on it. We will go to the other end of the floor, the Chattanooga State end of the floor. Chattanooga State out of the TCCAA. Obviously St. Pete out of Florida. Tennessee and Florida teams meeting here. Drive in, right-handed shot. It is no good. It was Drawn with a miss. Vilsame giving to Forain. Top side give, that is Sanders. Stanek, who can definitely pop the threes, did it yesterday and starts it today. So it is St. Petersburg taking the early lead in this one. In and out with a short 2 from Curry. Lane going to the other end of the floor, feeds over to Sanders. Lake on the floor with a dribble, works it into the paint, off the window. And the first 5 in this one belonging to St. Petersburg. Stolen away by Forain. Goes over to Lake. Shelton State is already in the house. Shelton State playing Chipola in a matchup of 9 and 11. That game will follow this one. Fed down low to Vilsame, and she'll dribble it out of bounds. So it is Tiger basketball, trying to bring it down the floor. After the inbounds from Reel. Limited roster for Chattanooga State. Vilsame trying to pick up the loose ball and is taken back by Curry. In the paint, off the window, and Chattanooga State with their first 2 of the contest. That will head out of bounds. Last got the fingertips of the Tigers, so a Titan will have it. The end of the ball game comes Callie Harris. Out goes Vilsame for St. Petersburg. 5-2 game. It is fed into Harris. She'll bank it. And there is a timeout on the floor. So St. Petersburg jumping out with a 5-zip lead and then turns it back into a 5-point advantage with 7:11 left to go in the quarter.
Georgia Technical College, where we make it happen.
Whether your dream is to become a welder, a nurse, a restaurant owner, electrician, or aircraft mechanic, South Georgia Technical College can help you make it happen. SGTC has over 200 associate degree, diploma, and technical certificate of credit programs of study available. Visit our website at southgatech.edu for more information or to apply, or call 800-928-0283.
So what are you waiting for? Let's make it happen.
Well, I'm trying to span the crowd on the other side of the floor to get kind of a look at who's dancing to the music. Well, there was a little head bobbing, and that was about all we had. And that head bobbing had stopped by the time I got the camera over there. 7:11 left to go in the first. St. Pete jumping out the 7-2 lead. Put in play from the opposite baseline by Chattanooga State. Last night, 80-74. Jets knock off St. Petersburg. Topside give goes to Reel, brings it down low, and Chattanooga State is back to within a possession. Of course, a long way to go in this one. We are just about 3 minutes into the ball game. %75% of their threes. That is what St. Pete hit in the first half of last night's game. Lang throws it away, stolen away by Curry. Curry into the paint. Missed by Angelovska, who is into the game, checking in for the Tigers. That is Harris from the line of Charity. Okay, I almost said line of scrimmage. Granted, I tried to cover. I'm trying to mix, football with basketball. Stolen away, and Foreen will drop it in. Off the rim with a 3-try from Polk. Polk leading scorer on this team. Able to get it back, put it in, and make it a 5-point game. Sanders working it down the floor nearly halfway through the stanza. Stolen away, Drawn's got it. The contact on the opposite end of the floor. There will be a blocking foul, and Drawn will go to the line and shoot. And there are wholesale substitutions on the part of St. Petersburg. Gabriella Stevens checking into the game. Leanna Pabst coming in. Back into the ball game is Fisame. Couple of free throws from Drawn. And then Drawn coming out of the game. And Nora Waldrop checking in. Pabst leading scorer on the squad, the lone double-digit scorer, as it is stolen away by Polk. Curry off the glass. Rebounded by Stevens, handed over to Sanders. Taken right back by the Tigers. Angelaska coming up with it. Polk. It goes out front. Back over it goes to Polk. Opposite side of the timeline, that is Real. And you've got an offensive foul. Going to be charged Angelovska. And that'll bring us to the media timeout. The first one of the contest. In a 3-point ball game. Tigers and Titans. Just about all White Jones County. Diving catch it, shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. St. Petersburg with a basketball. Paps bringing it into the paint. Outside of the arc. And the long ball is dropped in by Luis Pierre. Pierre came into the ball game yesterday and had some quality minutes quickly. Handed back over to Real. That is drawn thinking about the three. Loose ball picked up in the corner by Angelaska. Real hurls it and is able to drop it in. I don't know that was, well, it was meant to go in, but I think she was just trying to get the rim. And that draws Chattanooga State to within a bucket. Makes it a 2-point game. St. Pete has led throughout the first, but Chattanooga State close. Stevens with a miss, ripped down by Real. Braun loses it, able to go back and get it near midcourt. Over to Real. Shot clock dwindling again. The drive by Curry. Able to get it back. Got a new, well, not an entirely new 30-second clock, but it caught rim, and you got 20. And Braun will draw the foul. And Braun going back to the strike. Sanders coming out of the game. And I'm looking, once the young lady turns her back to me, I can, or faces me, one of the two right now, looking at the side, be able to tell you who has come into the ball game. Also checking in is Zanaya Jackson. Knotted up at 13. And great to have you watching coverage, by the way, wherever you are watching. By the way, too, we would like to be at as the 13-all tie is broken by Luis Pierre. At 5,500 YouTube subscribers by the end of the tournament. Heck, we'd take it by the end of the day. Need about 55 more. Polk trying to get the putback, could not. Bodies on the floor. And eventually you get a jump ball, and let's see who gets the possession arrow. No, we'll have a timeout first. And that timeout apparently called by St. Petersburg, leading it by 2 with 1:37 to play in the first. Tie game again. Compliments of Polk coming out of the timeout. As I mentioned, leading scorer for Chattanooga State. And we are tied at 15. Luis Pereira. Out front to Pabst. Pabst 10 points a contest. Pierre back over to Pabst. Thought about the 3. To the other side of the paint. And then Randolph with 2. Janisa Jones into the game. Polk with it. Gives it to Real. Real to Angelovska. Angelovska with a miss. Luis Pierre taking it to St. Pete into the floor. Randolph feeding it down low. Sanders trying to get the reverse. I'll make that Jackson trying to deliver with the reverse. Drawn over to Real. She will drop it in and give this game its 3rd tie in the quarter. So the Tigers send us to the 2nd in a 17-all game.
Georgia Technical College, where we make it happen.
Whether your dream is to become a welder, a nurse, a restaurant owner, electrician, or aircraft mechanic, South Georgia Technical College can help you make it happen. SGTC has over 200 associate degree, diploma, and technical certificate of credit programs of study available. Visit our website at southgatech.edu for more information or to apply, or call 800-928-0283.
So what are you waiting for? Let's make it happen.
Here is our trainer extraordinaire here at the hangar in Americus, Georgia, South Georgia Tech. Ryan does a great job. And as I mentioned earlier, I try to scan the crowd on the other side and see who's moving to the music, and, maybe give you a little of their dance routine. He was the only one that was moving. I mean, he wasn't moving much, but he was moving the fingers. as we get into quarter number 2. Halftime, a conversation with Dr. John Wadenford as that will go out of bounds. President of South Georgia Tech. Chipola in the house, 2 now, I see. Those are the 2 combatants for the upcoming game. Chipola, ranked number 11 in the country, on one side of the gym. And on this side of the gym is the 9th-ranked Buccaneers of Shelton State. And they will meet around 3 Eastern. Polk from the top side, short on the 3. Rebounded by Curry. Still no Chattanooga State lead, though they've come close. Got a jump ball possession. Arrow will... Well, now an official stepping in saying that is not a jump ball. That is a Chattanooga State foul. Pabst bringing it down the floor to Stanning. Randolph back over to Pabst. "12-footer, just a little bit short. Rebounded by Chattanooga State and Curry. Polk picks up in the paint, goes outside to Curry, puts up the 3-ball. And she will give, that'll be a long 2. Apparently had the tippy toes on the arc, but that will become the first Tiger lead of the game. Well, if I'm not mistaken, this may be the first trip we take to the stripe on this end of the floor. And it is Pabst who will go to the stripe shooting. Pabst a 73% free throw shooter on a team that hits about 70% of their free throws. Well, I think they put the score on the wrong side of the board. They'll correct that. No worries. We all make mistakes, and they're all correctable. Drawn with a miss. It is rebounded by Jackson. Goes over to Randolph. Out front to Stanek. Spins in the paint and drew the foul. And as I mentioned, we didn't go to the stripe from the St. Petersburg perspective in the first 12 minutes of the game, but we have been there twice now in the span of about 30 seconds. And Stanek will shoot. Stanek, another very good free throw shooter at 73%. Averaging 6 points a game. Run from one side of the floor to the other. O'Day with the shot, no good. Stanek had it, lost it, got it back. Goes to Foreen. And there is contact. Foreen initiated it. It's a foul on Foreen. And it'll give the basketball to Chattanooga State with another opportunity to try to take back the lead. Curry drives and lays it up and in. Pabst back into the hands of Stanek. Harris back into the game. There's Pabst. A little bit short on the 6-footer. Put back good from Harris. Hong feeding into the paint. And then you got a jump ball. Foreen nearly intercepted it. But instead of jump ball called on the possession arrow, keeping us on this end of the floor. Back into the game for St. Pete is Lake. Back in for Chattanooga State is Angelovska. Stanek with the board, hands to Lake. Able to get it back after losing possession. Harris, that is Mazzano into the game with a miss. Drawn, weaving through traffic, goes into the corner. O'Day with a miss from long range. Real taking it back. Lake tipping a toss intended for Drawn out of bounds. So Drawn to put it in play from the baseline. Real just a little bit short. And Stanek trying to get possession of the basketball, kind of tossed Real to the hardwood, and then Stanek was like, well, I didn't mean to do a WWE kind of move. Just didn't know her own strength. Might require the gym mop. A little moisture on the floor. .546 left to play in the half. First game of 4 today. Today, the only 4-game day. Three-game days hereafter on Monday and Tuesday. Can you believe 2025 is a few days away? Angelovska giving it to Real. Real slides it into the paint. Angelovska trying to get it back. And eventually you got a shot clock that expires. And it'll be St. Petersburg basketball with Harris coming back into the game. And we got that moisture again, same spot. Could be the same moisture. Well, no, wouldn't be the same moisture because it was already dammed up. Basketball until about the 25th of January, and then we start blending sports again. Got baseball and softball starting in less than a month. Put back from Manzano. Got an offensive somewhere along the line. Let's see who did it. Apparently Polk. And that has got us to the media timeout. 4:57 left to play in the half. And it is St. Petersburg by 3.
University of Alabama Online, where legends log in. A tradition of excellence. Choose from over 100 affordable degree and certificate programs that fit your budget and schedule. Earn the same degree as you would on campus, with the same affordable tuition rate for every state. UA Online. Advance your career and change your life. Get started today at online.ua.edu.
Got some Titan fans in the house making the trip up from the St. Petersburg, Tampa area. Starting to fill up. And admittedly, kind of a parse. Is that parse? That's something you put on, like, steak, right? It's like, a garnishment. So it wasn't a parse crowd. It was a sparse one. But will grow as the day goes on. Manzano back out front to Stanek. Shoots the three. Hits the three. St. Pete with a 6-point lead. Angelovska giving it to Curry. Shot clock into single digits. Screen set by Angelovska. Also, by the way, Nora Walkup into the ball game. Here goes to Curry. It is Walkup setting the screen, and then doing the same is Angelovska, and then the 30-second clock runs out. I see Daytona State here, and they'll be playing in the 5 o'clock game against Northeast Mississippi. And then, of course, the last game of the day, Eastern Florida taking on South Georgia Tech. Lake into the paint. Yeah, there was a foul as Walkup reaches for the basketball, and apparently it is going to be charged to Walkup. And that is the 5th foul of the stanza, which will put Lake shooting free throws. After a couple of Lake misses, Polk taking it to the Tiger into the floor. Braun giving out to Reel. Over into the corner. Off on the 3 try from Manzano. Put back is good. Harris for 2. Braun with a handoff to Polk. Polk giving it to O'Day. O'Day will shoot from the charity stripe. For an 8-point lead, the largest of the game. You know what we have not had in this tournament is a double-digit lead. And I'm talking last night's game included. Janice Jones back into the game for the Tigers. Jones giving it down low to Reel. And Reel will lean in, get glass, rim, and two. Stanek with it. Picks up the dribble just outside of the paint. Top side give goes to Randolph. Stanek thought about three. Into the paint. There was a foul, and the officials looking at one another to say, okay, what are you going to call? No. What about you? What are you going to call? And what they eventually come up with is a foul that's got Stanek at the stripe. So Stanek, the 73% free throw shooter. Trying to extend the lead again to 6. The best she can do is 7. Now make that 8. Now the best she can do is 7. Goes 1 of 2. Fisame back into the game. Out goes Fareed. In play to Curry. Stolen away. Fisame had it. Was going the other way when Polk took it back. Curry off the glass and coaxed it in. Sat on the rim and she was able to coax it to drop through. Turn it into a 5-point game. Fisame, good looking shot. Polk thinking about the 3, Stanek changing her mind. Shot is short and rebounded by Fisame. Randolph with it. She'll take it to the glass. And the lead goes to 9. Curry bringing it to the right side. Opposite the screen, Jones. And that is going to be a Curry foul. And it'll put Fisame at the stripe. Walk up coming into the game. And an opportunity for Fisame to give us that double-digit lead. She's a very good free throw shooter. .3%. One of 2 that trip, though. Curry out front with it. 5 left on the game clock. Half number 1. Curry shot good from 8 feet out. And that will do it for halftime. 35-27 halftime advantage. St. Pete trying to pick up their 2nd win of the year. Leading it at the half by 8. Well, we promised you a conversation with the president of South Georgia Tech, Dr. John Wadford. That's coming up momentarily. It is good to have with us at halftime Dr. John Wadford, president of South Georgia Tech. Doctor, how are you?
I'm doing great, Robert. How are you doing today?
I am doing good as well. Thank you so much for the opportunity to talk. I know we do this about once a year, so it's become a routine.
That's great. I always enjoy talking to you, and it's always fun to talk about great things at South Georgia Tech, and of course our great men's and women's athletic programs in our Jets and Lady Jets.
Let me ask you this before we even get started on questions about South Georgia Tech, and I've been asking this of various individuals. It just feels like to me there is kind of a renewed or growing interest in junior college athletics. And that might be exclusive to this year. Does that seem to be true at events that you attend?
I really feel it too. People are beginning to respect the value of coming to a 2-year school. We've even had some of the recruits' family where the students were being recruited by 4-year D1 schools, and because their families were involved in athletics and at the college level and on even into the professional level, they wanted their young person to come to a JUCO school because if you go from straight out of high school into that D1 school, unless you are a superstar, and I mean a really big superstar, you're not going to get much play time. And a lot of things could happen during that redshirt year or the freshman year or even the sophomore year. But when you come to a JUCO school and you are that superstar in high school, your playing time is going to be a lot more increased. And of course, more play time you get, the better you get, the more experience. So from that side of it, I have seen an especially renewed interest in 2-year opportunities.
And let me say, too, to the fan, I say this often as well. If you don't go to a junior college athletic event, there's a good chance you are missing somebody that is going to be playing at the professional level at some point. And South Georgia Tech, a perfect example of that with Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder played his ball there, and, man, he hit the big time and played in the NBA for a number of years. Heck, he may still be. I don't know.
I believe he is.
But so you're missing out if you don't go check out a JUCO event.
Well, and, we have great players, and I say we, at South Georgia Tech we do, but in all of these colleges that we compete with, it's fascinating to see the level of talent that comes out on the courts. And a lot of our locals have realized that. I know you've seen it when you're at the games and you see the fans that are out there. And it's not just people that are directly connected with South Georgia Tech, even though a lot of them are, and we love to have those. But there's a lot that just love the sport and love athletics and come out just to see the talent, not only here at South Georgia Tech, but from the other colleges as well.
All right, let's talk about sports in South Georgia Tech. On the ladies' side, you've got a coach who is now in his second year, and your AD as well, and off to a great start.
Yep.
So you got to be pleased with that hire.
I am so pleased with Jason Carpenter has hit the ground running. He already had some great coaching experience. The athletic director, administrative side of it was a little new to him, but he's very mature. He's very intuitive and very smart. So all of those things translate to a great administrator. So he's doing a great job on both sides. But I love the way he connects with the students, the players. He communicates so well with our faculty and staff because a coach has to do those things. And then I've seen him with recruits and their families. And, that's a critical part of coaching is being able to relate and understand what those recruits are thinking, what their family members are thinking when they're coming to look at our college in hopes that their student might come. So he's got all those boxes checked, and I'm looking forward to continued great season with Jason at the helm.
And on the other side of the court, on the men's side, Chris has been there in South Georgia Tech, I think 12 or 13 years as a whole. Not that long as a head coach,
right?
But definitely he is part of the reason there's kind of a family atmosphere at South Georgia Tech.
He really is. Chris brings so much to the table. He has that very even keel demeanor. Yes, just like any good coach, he's gonna when it's time to get your back hair up, he'll get his back hair up. But it's not a every 5-minute thing with Chris. He's going to do it when it's necessary. and he's fun to watch coach. You know, some coaches are very laid back, and I would say Chris is a little laid back too, but I enjoy watching him coach because I see a lot of leadership, and I see a lot of respect from the students toward Chris and Ray Johnson, his assistant coach. And of course, we've got a great assistant coach in Olivia Melvin on the ladies' side. So I'm really proud of this whole coaching staff that we have and the opportunities that they're bringing for these students.
And always when we converse, I'm thinking about the athletic side because that's what we're involved with. But obviously, a much larger side of South Georgia Tech is the academic side. So the last time we talked, I know there were new things coming. What about this year, a year later? Is there still more on the horizon?
There is. We're real excited that we have just at the end of 2024, we've just received approval from the Georgia Board of Nursing to begin accepting students for our LPN to RN bridge program. That's for students who are already, I say students, people who are in the community already practicing as a licensed practical nurse can come back, and in one more year they can get their RN and sit for their RN license. That's big for South Georgia Tech to be able to offer that, and it's big for our athletes because there's a lot of biology courses and courses that are readily transferable to D1 schools, which all of our athletes aspire to do that, to transfer on to a D1 school. And those courses transfer a lot better, especially if they're wanting to go into the medical side of sports science. And so I know a lot of them are taking some of those biology classes that we just recently started offering because of the RN program. So that's big for everyone.
I imagine that process is very extensive, so we won't ask you to take us through the entire process, but length of time, is that something that you give birth to idea-wise years in advance? How long does it take that to come to fruition?
You know, it has been years. We got serious about it probably about 15 months ago. The application process was at least a year long. The application is almost like a college a doctoral dissertation that you submit to the Georgia Board of Nursing, because you've got to have your plan, not just plan in place, but you've already should already have committed some resources and finances to the program before they will approve the program. So there's a lot into it. We've already hired the 3 nursing staff that we had to hire in addition to that biology instructor. So yes, there's a lot of preparation that goes into that.
I picture you as a goal-oriented kind of guy, and that when one goal is achieved, you've already thought about the next one, what you want to pursue next. So what does John Wadford want to pursue next?
You know, we have a lot of opportunities for students at South Georgia Tech, and our goal is to continue to increase those opportunities without minimizing what we already do. Our mission is workforce education. And we have just signed a new partnership with AGCO. We've talked before about our partnerships with Caterpillar and John Deere. Well, AGCO is seller of Fendt and Massey Ferguson tractors. And so that covers 2 more bases with diesel tractors and a partnership where they'll be supplying training for our instructors and our students, as well as equipment supplies. So we've just signed that agreement. We'll be moving forward with putting that in place during the year 2025. We're also very excited about the opportunity to continue to work with Georgia Southwestern State University. They have a new president over there, Dr. Michelle Johnston, and she's coming to us from coastal Georgia. And she is on fire for partnerships with both South Georgia Tech and with our Sumter County school system. And we've already had several meetings and are working toward that end. So that's going to open up some articulation agreements for students to be able to continue their education after they leave South Georgia Tech, if they once they get employed, or even if they choose not to go straight into the workforce and want to go straight into that bachelor degree opportunity, that will be available to them. So all those things are on the drawing boards and in the process of implementation now, and we're really excited about that.
One thing I see when I drive past junior college campuses, all over the country, is a lot of construction. So we've talked about academics, athletics. What about the physical aesthetics there on campus? I mean, is there things that you would like to see built or constructed over the course of the next 5 to 10 years?
Yes, sir. We definitely want to see our dorms expanded. We call them dorms. I know that's kind of an antiquated terminology, but our college has been around a while. But our residence halls, we have 250 beds in our residence halls. And even when right now our enrollment's up, and we actually had to turn away students that were on a waiting list to go into the residence halls. And from a president standpoint, you never want to turn students away. We want everyone. But we just didn't have a place for them. And so we try to put them in online classes and things like that, but they really wanted to live on campus. So we want to expand that opportunity for our students. And we're also expanding the gym. That project is already on the ground. You'll see some construction in the gym even as we speak. At the front part of the gym, it won't affect the game other than where the facilities might be used in the concessions area. But we're going to continue to expand that out and add classrooms and an exercise room for our general student body, but add classrooms for our rec and leisure management program that is part of our academic offerings down here in the gym.
I'm going to bring it full circle and go back to athletics. Do you foresee at some point additional sports there at South Georgia Tech?
You know, I never want to rule out anything. Whatever we do, we want to be great at it. We never want to just have something just to say, yeah, we've got that program. But we also want it to be able to sustain its own cost. We don't use state dollars. We don't use taxpayer money to finance our JETS program. We use local dollars and Booster Club monies, and we're very grateful to our Booster Club and our Booster Club members for that. But we're able to balance those with those budgets. If we ever were to add, we would probably start, because we have tennis courts. We may have a tennis team. We may add track, maybe even a softball team, because we have a softball field. But all those would be on the 5-year strategic plan, let me say, rather than the next year or two strategic plan.
Dr. John Watford, president of South Georgia Tech, it is always a pleasure to talk to you, and obviously an honor to be able to stream Jets basketball. Thanks for being our halftime guest.
Thank you, Robert. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Everybody, welcome back. Half number 2. St. Pete and Chattanooga State. Tangling here in the first game of the day on day number 2 of the Classic. And St. Pete not only trying to pick up their second win of the year, but their first win of the Classic, trying to go to 500 in Classic play. Chattanooga State, their opening game here in the Classic. Polk putting up the 3, and she will drop it in. Held to 4 in the first half. but immediately registers 3 to begin half number 2. Taking a look at your top scorers for both teams in the first half. Stanek with 9 points, had 4 rebounds, 2, which was tied for the team lead in the rebounding department. So a big first half for Stanek, who also was on the floor longer than anybody else wearing a blue uniform. Meanwhile, it was Curry who led all Tigers with a total of 10. Real had 5 rebounds to lead the Tigers. Points off turnovers, 5 for St. Pete, 8 for Chattanooga State. The interesting stat was bench scoring. Chattanooga State had nothing from its bench. St. Petersburg had 19. Largest lead in the first half was 10. Game was tied 5 times, and there were 4 lead changes in the first 20 minutes of the game. And Polk's got 2 more. That is 5 quick points for Polk. And pushes that game total to 9. Fisame, Stanek, Foreen, Lake, and Sanders all beginning the second half for St. Pete as Jackson and Harris come in, while Fisame and Foreen go out for St. Petersburg. Meanwhile, Chattanooga State with Drawn, Polk, Real, Curry, and O'Day. Same 5 that began the game, beginning half number 2. Real putting up the 3. Put back O'Day, not there. Rebounded by Jackson. Into the corner, Harris standing into the paint. Jackson trying to get the scoop underneath Polk. And then Harris will accidentally hit Polk and draw the personal. And that will be the first on Harris. Sanders out front with it. Over to Stanek. Jackson back to Sanders. Angelaska to the scorer's table, getting ready to come into the game for the Tigers in a moment. Rebounded by O'Day. Loose ball, Real retrieves, gives over to Drawn. Nearly lost out of bounds, but saved by Drawn into the hands of Stanek. And Stanek to Sanders. Got the Curry steal. And she will lay it up and in and prompt the timeout asked for by St. Petersburg. Chattanooga State taking a pretty big bite out of the lead in the early parts of quarter number 3.
Georgia Technical College, where we make it happen.
Whether your dream is to become a welder, a nurse, a restaurant owner, electrician, or aircraft mechanic, South Georgia Technical College can help you make it happen. SGTC has over 200 associate degree, diploma, and technical certificate of credit programs of study available. Visit our website at southgatech.edu for more information or to apply, or call 800-928-0283.
So what are you waiting for? Let's make it happen.
enjoying some basketball in the hangar here, just a little bit shy of the start of the new year. 5:51 to go. Quarter number 3 in a 37-36 game. St. Petersburg and Chattanooga State. Tigers and Titans. And a Titan. Okay, that was kind of a play on words. Wasn't a good one. You know, you got to try out new material. New year coming up. One-point game with St. Pete bringing it down the floor. Stanek. And she has been electric from behind the arc. Drawn into the paint. Runs over Sanders, and Drawn will be charged with the offensive. So St. Petersburg basketball with a 4-point lead. Sanders stolen away by Curry. And Curry and Louise St. Pierre battle, and Curry wins the battle. Turns it into a 2-point game. Down low to Jackson. Nice feed from Sanders. Nice lay-in from Jackson. Curry with it. Right side, brings it down low. Sidesteps Jackson. Shot missed. Jackson with it. Gives to Sanders. From the corner, Stanek trying to drop it over the rim. Rebounded by Angelovska and given to Drawn. Curry giving a down low look. Trying to get it to Walcott. And Harris will wind up on the hardwood trying to retrieve. And I think we are at the media timeout. And, yep, that's where we be at the 3:54 mark. Quarter number 3. Just about all Wayne Jones County. Diving catch it, shortstop. Gross. Towards the gap. Diving catch in center field by Ben Aklinski. There is a shot towards deep short. Kraft's got it. Long throw over, and he got it. Folks that help keep things as they should be here in the hangar. 3:54 to go here in quarter number 3. Ball put in play, Drawn, bringing it to the timeline, left side, Polk with it, looking to get into double digits, speeds down low, and that will hit Titan fingertips on the way out. With 2 left on the shot clock. Off the rim, Harris with the rebound. And that might have got, I'm not sure, was Coach Harris? I checked that. Coach Davidson, I don't know why he called her Coach Harris. There's not a Coach Harris here, not to my knowledge. Maybe I mixed in the player. Callie Harris with Coach Davidson. And I wondered for a moment whether she had somehow gotten mixed in with the fray over there on the sidelines. And not a, physical fray, just a basketball fray. Out to Sanders. Stanek fades and fires the 8-footer in and out. Rebounded by Luis Pierre. Pierre with a miss. Again a rebound. Pierre's got it. Goes over to Sanders now with a new 20 on the clock. Stanek working on Angelovska, gives to Harris. Back over to Stanek, who shoots the 3. Off the rim. Harris gets fouled. And Harris will hit the stripe after the personal from Walkup. So Harris shooting. .249 to go. Quarter number 3 in a 5-point game. Well, I was speculating last night, would that game, that close, hard-fought ball game, be an indicator as to what we will get all tournament long? Well, here's game 2 of the Classic, and you got the same thing. Hard-fought, close. Sanders taking it away from the Tigers. Stanek, 12-footer good. Curry weaving through traffic. Handoff given to Real. Real lost the handle, able to go back and get it. Goes over to Polk. Well, there's what they were looking for. That is execution like Chattanooga State likes to execute basketball. Eating up that shot clock, but finishing with points, and in that particular case, Real. And speaking of Real, a steal from Real. And then Dives trying to retrieve on the sidelines and can't get to it. Pabst into the game for St. Pete. Coming into the game for the Tigers is Jones. Five-point game with about 90 seconds remaining in the third. Into the corner to Sanders. Sanders trying to take it baseline, took a step around Walkup and stepped out of bounds. Lost out of bounds. Last got a Titan. Tigers with possession. Curry to put it in play. That is O'Day off on the 3 try. Stanek had it, lost it. Polk takes it away. Stanek says, I'll take it back over to Pabst. And there was a foul on Polk. That'll be the second Polk foul. Put in play to Sanders. And don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Trying to get to 5,500. Heck, we don't need to wait till the end of the Classic. We'll take it today. Needing about 45 to get there. Of course, the ultimate goal is $1 million. Okay, I know that is a lofty goal, but what the heck? Live and think big. Spin move results in a travel. And while you're at it, you might want to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. O'Day to Polk puts up the 3 ball, in and out. Rebounded by Pabst. And I think she is a little bit low. She got it. We are heading to the 4th.
University of Alabama Online.
.47-40 ball game as we head into stanza number 4. Titans and Tigers, St. Petersburg and Chattanooga State. Second of, I think, 11 games total in the Classic. And, of course, today the busiest of the days with 4 games. Tomorrow and Tuesday will feature 3. Sanders with the rebound, going the other way with it. Pabst out front, working into the top of the key, goes left side to Florine, back into the game. Manzano into the game too. Manzano with some first half minutes and some productivity in that first half. 5 minutes and 26 seconds. She had a couple of points. In play to Pabst. Puts it up from just outside of the paint. Retrieval of the loose ball. Pabst winds up with it. Comes down hard, but apparently is going to be okay. Hops up. Gets the hair back in place. And now we'll put the ball back in play. And it'll be Chattanooga State doing the honors, put in play on the far sidelines by Jones. Giving it to Drawn. Drawn, the floor general for this Chattanooga State squad out of the TCCAA. O'Day in a little bit of trouble. Able to get rid of it to Curry. Off the glass. Walk up, not there. Jones had it. And then Manzano reached in and took it away. And then somebody ran out of their shoes. And somebody was Harris. Sanders trying to get rid of the drawn defense, creates enough separation for two. The largest lead of the game has been 10. St. Pete now on top by 9. O'Day to Walk up, back it goes to O'Day. Puts it up near the elbow, too strong, rebounded by Curry. Give it to Jones into the paint. And O'Day able to put it back up and in. Tipped out of bounds by O'Day. Here comes Reel back in, Polk back in. Jones and O'Day coming out for Chattanooga State. Chattanooga State trying to pick up their 10th win of the year. Get into double digits. They've got to overcome a current 7-point deficit. Pabst with a miss. Curry sends it over to Drawn. Rebounded by Sanders. And it's Harris from near the elbow, a little bit off the mark. Drawn coming down with the rebound. Late coming into the game. Manzano going out for St. Pete. Pabst is out. And Stevens in. Curry, head fake, lost it, able to get it back. Goes over to Drawn. Polk sends it to Walkup. Walkup with a miss. And Sanders trying to track it down in the corner. And it'll be Titan basketball. Tigers to touch it last. Stevens just able to snag it off the fingertips, gives to Lake. Lake with the sky hook and dropping it in for two. Just kind of a little Kareem Abdul-Jabbar look to it. Fed over to Walkup for two. Lake tried to get over to defend but couldn't. Stanek wide open for the three. And she apparently got the shot clock. So that's what it hit to ricochet and drop back in. Will not get the three as a result. Down low, Walkup, wide open, able to hit two more. And that will prompt a timeout for St. Petersburg as Chattanooga State, down by 9, trims the lead to 5. 5-point advantage. Chattanooga State down by those 5, and St. Pete asking for the timeout to try to reevaluate after a 9-point lead. And Coach Davidson probably thinking about last night. And about a 7-point lead with 2.5 minutes to play. And wound up losing by 6, so a 13-point swing in the span of about 2.5 minutes. So Coach Davidson does not want a repeat. On the other hand, Coach Stacy Franklin with Chattanooga State kind of liking what has happened over the course of the last few minutes to see that lead go from 9 to 5. Harris giving it over to Stanning. Stevens from the stripe. And that will go out of bounds, having missed everything. And I think that's got us to the media timeout. It has. Last time out of this one, compliments of the media. Not necessarily the last time out of the game, however, with 4:54 to play.
Georgia Technical College, where we make it happen.
Whether your dream is to become a welder, a nurse, a restaurant owner, electrician, or aircraft mechanic, South Georgia Technical College can help you make it happen. SGTC has over 200 associate degree, diploma, and technical certificate of credit programs of study available. Visit our website at southgatech.edu for more information or to apply, or call 800-928-0283.
So what are you waiting for? Let's make it happen.
To make out what that is on the jersey. Is that a dragon? Maybe a scout here watching? I'm trying to think if there are any teams here that would have that kind of a logo. And I can't think of anyone at the moment. So maybe somebody here evaluating talent wants to take it to a 4-year school. Or heck, it could just be a fan. I'm speculating. Could be a fan, just a fan of some Dragon team and a fan of basketball. Might not be any correlation at all. Polk missed on the short range too. Rebounded by Foreen. Standing out of the corner, back it goes to Lake. Opposite side to Foreen. And it's Fisame into the game. And Fisame getting the shot, getting the foul, and getting a chance for 3. Walk up, picking up the personal. And Fisame had some quality minutes last night, too. That'll go out of bounds off Curry. Real and Curry fighting for the rebound. Real backed off, and by that time, Curry couldn't bring it in. I think we got a foul on Fisame. It is her first. Stolen away the pressure defense, creating possible points. Polk with a foul. And Lake going to the stripe. So Mia Lake will be shooting. Gets the first of two. Both free throws good. And nearly stolen away, had a collision there between Lake and Foreen. Inside 4 to play. Still on the inbounds to the glass. Bucket good for Foreen. And the Titans will take their largest lead of the game, 3 minutes and 41 seconds away from its ending. That is real. Short. Fisame with a rebound. Sanders able to take it away from a would-be drawing steal. Gives it to Foreen into the corner, standing. Down low to Fisame. It's just a good-looking shot from Fisame. .13 lead and 3 to go. Drawn, putting up the 3 ball. It is short. And it will go out of bounds with 2.5 to play. And the Titans in possession. By the way, as soon as this game ends, because we've got 4 games today with probably less than 20 minutes in between, we'll wrap up our coverage quickly. And plus got a lot of little formalities to take care of in between games. So we'll get out of this one quickly with 2:23 left to play. .223 to go. Stacey Franklin was doing a little gnawing on players during the Chattanooga State timeout, down by 13. Out of the corner, Stanek. Lake with it. Drives, bounces it off the glass. And Polk will commit the foul as Foreen grabbed the rebound. Non-shooting foul and will be brought in from the baseline. And Stanek got tripped up and the ball went out of bounds. So I am assuming that it now belongs to Chattanooga State, and it does. So the Tigers to put it in play. Given to Curry. And Curry will draw the foul, a two-shot foul, as Curry goes to the line with the clock stopped. So an opportunity for Chattanooga State to produce points while we're stuck at a minute 57 to play in the game. Curry, another one of those very good free throw shooters. 83%. Averaging 14 a game. Right behind the leading scorer who gets the rebound. Polk turns around and puts it up and in. A 10-point game. 1:46 to go. And if you were St. Petersburg, you are not interested in scoring quickly on these possessions. You want to eat some time off the clock. Lake with it out front, and the shot clock into single digits. Loose on the floor. Sanders able to get it back. Sends it towards the glass. Shot clock violation, doesn't matter. Horn sounded to indicate such. After Polk got the board, Curry on the other end. And it's an 8-point game with just a tad over a minute to go. And there was a foul. I believe that is going to be on Real. So Real committing the foul, but it is a non-shooting one. And it'll be brought in from the baseline with 54 seconds remaining in the game. Put in play from the baseline. Pabst back into the game. Send this to Sanders. Back over to Pabst. Sanders giving it to Pabst. And she'll make the bucket, draw the Curry foul. So Pabst going to the line with a 3-point play opportunity. And a chance to push that lead out to 11. Now if you are Denisha Davidson, you're feeling a heck of a lot more comfortable. With a half minute to go and up by 11. Than you were about 2 minutes ago, up by 13. Drawing for three. Too strong, rebounded by Polk. And then Fisame came up with it, but there is a foul committed. And that'll be charged to Stanek. Polk to put it in play. Short of the Polk try, Real. Taken away by Fisame. And eventually into the hands of Foreen. And that'll be thrown out of bounds, trying to get it over to Pabst. So an opportunity to run the clock out. But instead, Chattanooga State one more opportunity to try to put a few more points on the board before they absorb their 4th loss of the year. And there you have it. This one has gone final. And it is St. Petersburg picking up their 2nd win of the year. And in Chattanooga State, their 4th loss of the season in 62-51 fashion. Well, they've already changed the scoreboard on the other side of the floor, so I'll take mine down as well. And we'll put the finishing touches on the coverage as St. Pete wins it, 62-51. Big matchup. Number 11 and number 9 coming up. Shelton State and Chipola in roughly 20 minutes.